Look, so can you tell me what are the tissues? By the way, I have already told you what are the tissues and plant anatomy part. So what are the tissues? Who will tell me? What are the tissues?
It's a group of similar cells with intercellular substances that perform a particular function.
Very good, excellent. Right. So as we have already discussed, that group of the cell which perform the particular function, and they may be originated from the same mother cell or they may not be originated from the same mother cell. We call them tissues, right? Okay. So fine. And one more thing which I want to add on over here in anatomy part, that plant tissues are interconnected. They remains interconnected with the another tissues. They remains interconnected with the other tissues with the help of plasmodesmata. In the same time, animal tissue also remains connected with each other with the help of some different structure, and I'll tell you what we call them. So look, so like we have understood that animal tissues remains interconnected, plant tissues remains interconnected with the help of plasmodesmata. In the same way, like this is animal tissue. This is also animal tissue cell. So these cells are these cells belong to a tissue, right? Animal cell, and these animal cells remains interconnected with some pore-like structure or some junction-like structure, right? So these are the some junction or pore-like structure through which protoplasm remains interconnected, right? So they are called intracellular junctions, right? We call them intracellular junctions. Okay, they are called intracellular junctions, or they are also directly called cell junctions. So what I want to share with you that you need not to use plasmodesmata term over here. Plasmodesmata term we use, they both are the same thing, right? Try to understand. Both are the same thing, but their function and their structure a bit different, not too much, a bit different. Otherwise, they are similar structure, right? In the plant, we use term plasmodesmata, but in the case of animal, we call them cellular junction or cell junction. Fine. So they remains interconnected with each other with the, please note down this point. The cells are the cells are held together. The cells are held together with the help of cellular junction, with the help of cellular junction or cell junction, cellular junction or cell junction in tissues. One more thing, between these cells there are small little intracellular material between the cells, right? That remain intracellular material means a material remains filled. Please note it down. There is little intercellular material, not intra, intercellular material. There is a little intercellular material between the cells. Fine. So now I will start with the classification of the animal tissue. That was the basic information which I want to share with you. And now I want to tell you the type of the tissue. Look, I want your 100% focus over. This is a bit lengthy, but not difficult. Not at all difficult. If you will remain focused over here, fine. So look, animal tissues can be divided into three categories: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous. Fine. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous. Before going deep into this, I want to tell you some basic characteristics. Look, epithelial tissue, they are a packaging material. They make a cover. They make cover of body. They make cover of organ. For example, our skin, that is a cover of body, it is made up of epithelial. Heart is covered with a membrane. That cover is called. Can anybody tell me what you must have studied in 10th class? What we call that cover? What we call that cover? The cover, it is made up of small membrane. Look, that is called pericardium. We will study all them in animal physiology. Pericardium. So there is a pouch-like structure, cover-like structure which cover heart. That is made up of epithelium. Our lungs remain covered in a membrane that is called pleura, right? So that is also made up of epithelium. Fine. So the covering of body and covering of organ is made up of epithelium. I am building your concept, right? So that you get a conceptual clarity. Then there is a connective tissue, right? So before connective, I will try to tell muscles. So muscles, muscular tissues means the muscles which are found in our body, in the hand, in the cheeks, right, in the mouth, right, and in this palm part and all that. So these muscles, which you call muscles. So muscles are basically made up of muscular tissue. Nervous system, there are neurons. You know, neurons are a small fiber-like structure or hair-like structure. They are they are wires which are meant for the transmission of information from one point to another point, right? Then there is a connective tissue. Connective tissue, the function of connective tissue to connect a tissue to another tissue, right? Connective tissue is a tissue which connect a tissue from another tissue, right? That is called connective tissue, right? And blood is also a type of connective tissue. Did you got a rough idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Again, uh, epithelial further. Epithelial tissue have been divided basically in four categories. You will see here I have written A, B, C, but not the rest of the. For the rest, I have made a star-like structure. Basically, these are in your syllabus in your NCRT. So epithelial tissue is divided into squamous tissue, cuboidal tissue, columnar tissue. I will tell the property of each and every with the diagram. Then you will get clarity. Here, just I'm telling you the classification part. Then further ciliated and glandular. So basically ciliated and glandular are modification of this one. What? Cuboidal and columnar. Ciliated and glandular, they are just modification. So there are three tissues, three epithelial tissues: squamous, cuboidal, and columnar. So cuboidal and columnar can become ciliated or glandular. Did you got my point? Got it? Okay. Now further connective tissue. Connective tissue is further divided into areolar, adipose, skeletal, and fluid. Look, areolar tissues are those tissues where there is a gap between tissues. The gap, there is not air between the gap. In the gap, there will be some liquid-like structure, some fluid-like structure. So though they are called areolar tissue. Then adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, they are a special kind of the tissue which store fat in our body, like in cheeks, in chest part, in stomach part, in thigh part. There are some cells which store fat, right? They are called adipose. Then skeletal tissue. So basically, skeletal tissues are bones are skeletal tissue and cartilage are skeletal. Cartilage, this nose, this ear, which are not basically bones, but they are flexible bones, right? And bone, you know. So complete, they are called skeletal tissue, right? Then fluid tissue. In fluid tissue, there is a blood and lymph, right? Muscular tissue have further divided into striated, smooth, and cardiac. We'll study there each and every time. So did you got that? If you got that, please note it down. Copy. Copy quickly and tell me that you have copied it. Then we will start from the epithelium.
So for epithelial, we'll study only the first three.
Yeah, you have to note it down first three and also write down the next two, and ciliated and glandular separately. And yeah, separately note down ciliated and glandular. For school, these three are the best.
Done, sir.
Done. Very good. Okay. Then now done. The rest of the people. Elam, Alia.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay, fine. Now the story starts from here. Epithelial tissue. So what are the property of epithelial tissue? First, uh, they are various shape. They have various shape. They are closely arranged with one another, and there may be one or more layer. Generally, there are one layer, right? Generally, there will be one layer, but there may be one or more layer. Intercellular junctions are present. The blood vessels are absent. The blood vessels are absent in epithelial tissue. That's why they are called avascular, means where the vascular bundles, means arteries and veins, are not present. They have good power of regeneration and repair, means they can repair themselves, right? Note down epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissues are epithelial tissues are evolved when human body formation takes place. The first tissues which come, they are epithelial. Epithelial tissues are first, evolved first, and also formed and also formed first in embryo, in animal embryo, in animal embryo. So they are the tissue which arise first, right? Next one. They may be of various shape. They may be of various shape and cells are closely arranged. Cells are closely arranged in one or more layer. In one or more layer. Full stop. Next point. There is next point. There is a little. There is a little intercellular material. There is a little intercellular material. There is a little intercellular material between cells. Full stop. The cells are held together. The cells are held together with cells are held together with intercellular junction. Cells are held together with intercellular junction. Next point. Usually blood vessels are not found. Usually blood vessels are not found in epithelial tissue. Usually blood vessels are not found in epithelial tissue. That's why they are called avascular. That's why they are called avascular. Avascular is written over here, right? Means that is, you can note it down. That is no artery and veins. That is no artery and vein. Right? And next point. The epithelial tissues have a good power of regeneration. Epithelial tissues have a good power of regeneration. Good power of regeneration. Next point. No, that's it. So now first I will tell you what are the type of epithelial tissue. So type of epithelial tissue. This is the vital columnar. This is the squamous epithelial tissue. It is squamous epithelial. Look, the squamous epithelial tissues are like this one. First, try to understand. Look, this is the shape from the top. From the top, if you will see there is a nucleus in the center, right? And from the side, if you will see, there is a basement membrane. Basement membrane. There is a connective tissue, right? There are these cells with a flat nucleus, right? So nucleus will be flattened and at that center, right? And this is the surface view of, and this is the top view, right? They are flat cells. They rest on a basement membrane. So basement membrane is a base, right? So on this basement membrane, they remains put or arranged at the top of basement membrane. Right? Nuclei are flat. Where they are found? They are found in alveoli, means lungs. They are found in Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. What is the Bowman's capsule? It is found in nephron, in kidney, right? They make the blood vessels. They are found in the lymph vessels, right? Testis, ovary, skin, etc. Right? Their function is protection, excretion, and gas exchange, and secretion. Right? These are their functions. Clear? Squamous clear? So they're sheet-like structure. Is that clear? Squamous tissue.
Yes, sir.
So please note down the squamous. You have to make the diagram. Here you have to make the diagram. In animal tissue, you have to make the diagram. Quick. Simple squamous. Rather squamous. Simple squamous tissue. Note down quickly, draw the diagram quickly, and then here you have to draw the diagram. Done? Note it down. Elam?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm doing so.
Yeah. Please, Martin. Quickly.
That answer.
Okay, very good. So start. Noting now. Did you all got what are they? Squamous tissues? Okay. So heading is simple squamous tissue. It is composed of large, flat cells. It is composed of large, flat cells fit closely each other. Large, flat cells fit closely means they are compactly fit closely with each other. Full stop. The cells rest on a basement membrane. Cells rest on a basement membrane. Full stop. The nuclei of cells are flattened. The nuclei of cells are flattened and often lie at center and often lie at the center of cell. They are found at alveoli of lungs, comma. This is very important for medical examination. Basically, the questions come from this point. Basically, alveoli of lung, comma. Bowman capsule of kidney, Bowman capsule of kidney, comma. Blood vessels, lymph vessels, testes, blood vessel, lymph vessel, testis and ovary. Testis and ovary. Etc. Skin, comma, skin. Next point. Their function is protection. Their function is protection, excretion, comma, gas exchange, and secretion of fluid. Clear? So before going ahead, I want to share information with you that there is an information, date sheet and syllabus of your midterm exam. Right, your midterm exams might be coming. So date sheet and your syllabus, please share this thing with the Learnivio WhatsApp group. Right, you must have that group, Learnivio WhatsApp group. So you can please share on that, right? Okay, that will give us idea that how to help you to get good marks, right? So that is an information which I have got it. Don't forget that, please. That will be helpful for you. Next, second one is simple cuboidal tissue. They are called cuboidal tissues because their shape is cube-like shape. They have the cube-like shape. So that's why they are called cuboidal tissue. Look, cuboidal tissue, you can see they are just cube-shaped structure. This one. They are just cube-shaped. So, and nucleus is present at the center, right? Right. So they are called cuboidal. And again, there is a nucleus at the center, and there is a basement membrane. You can see protoplasm is present inside that, but they are a cube shape. And sometimes, if microvilli, this villi finger-like structure, they are called microvilli, right? If they develop, right, they become ciliated, right? Sometimes microvilli develop on the top of them, right? They are cuboidal or spherical shape. Nuclei are round, they are not flat like squamous, right? Round and at the center. Microvilli on their free surface, right? So on their free surface, this is the free surface, rest of the surfaces are not free. So free surface on free surface, these small finger-like structure develop, they are called microvilli, they are found, right? And germinal epithelium, this is very important. Basically, formation of sperm and egg inside the testis and ovary take place from cuboidal epithelium in any animal. Formation of these germinal formation of gamete like sperm and egg takes place from these cuboidal cells, and these cuboidal cells are called germinal epithelium. Is it clear? They are found in salivary gland, pancreatic gland, testes, ovaries, iris of eye, and sweat gland. Right? Is that clear to all of you? Elam clear? Liam, Alia, Martin, Yasir clear?
Yes, sir.
Please draw the diagram, not complete diagram, this kind of the diagram and this diagram, right? This kind of the diagram, and make this microvilli like structure. Like do not draw complete diagram, that you can draw after the class, because right now you have to be a quick, right? Drawn diagram. Just draw this diagram. This diamond, 2-3 cells.
Yes, sir. Done.
Very good. Martin, done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please start noting down. The cells are cuboidal or more or less cells are cuboidal or more or less squarish in shape. The cells are cuboidal or more or less squarish in shape. Next point. Nuclei are round. Nuclei are, nucleus is singular and nuclei is plural, right? Nuclei are round in shape and present at center of cell. Present at center of cell. Full stop. The cells of cuboidal epithelium, the cells of cuboidal epithelium develop, the cells of cuboidal epithelium develop microvilli, the cells of cuboidal epithelium develop microvilli at free surface. Microvilli at free surface. Full stop. Microvilli increases absorptive, microvilli increases absorptive surface area. Next point. They form germinal epithelium. They form germinal epithelium, which are germinal epithelium which are meant for production of gamete, which are meant for production of gamete like sperm and egg. Production of gamete like sperm and egg. Next point. They are found in salivary gland. They are found in salivary gland, pancreatic duct, salivary gland, pancreatic duct, testes, ovary, testis, ovary, iris of eye, iris of eye, iris of eye, and sweat gland of mammals, and sweat gland of mammals. Next point. Their function is protection, secretion, absorption, comma, excretion, excretion, and excretion, and gamete formation, and gamete formation. Then simple columnar cells, right? So, right. So simple columnar cell, they are column-like cell, right? You will see. So what is the column-like cell? Like you will see that in simple columnar cell, they're column-like structure, and generally they will have their nucleus at the uh, base of cell, right? So like they are like this. Draw like me. I take very like, few seconds. I draw, and you have to draw with the pen. I am drawing in this pen tablet. So this is nucleus, right? This is nucleus, and these are microvilli, microvilli, right? Nucleus will be at the base, right? So, and again, last but not the least, they will be placed on basement membrane, as all the epithelial cells they are present. They are placed on the basement membrane. Note down quickly. Draw this diagram which I have drawn, not this one. One more diagram. Look, this diagram, and along with that, one more diagram. Not here. Place this. Your yes. So they secrete mucus. What is a mucus? Mucus is a gel-like substance. Like when you cough, so cough come out. So cough is nothing but this is a mucus. It's an enzyme of our body. Nucleus, right? And this is mucus. Now make these two diagrams. Again, this is there is the basement. Quickly. Basement. Draw it. And these cells which secrete the mucus, they are simple columnar cells. They are called goblet cells. They are called goblet cells. So what is the function of goblet cells? Goblet cells are meant for production of mucus. And the cells which have the Microvilli, they are called absorptive cell. An absorptive cell or goblet cells, both are made up of simple columnar epithelium. Quickly, note down.
Done, sir.
Done. Very good. Martin, Alia,
Yeah, done, sir.
Yes, sir.
very good. Please start noting now. Uh, the cells are elongated. The cells are elongated and placed side by side like column. The cells are elongated and placed side by side like column. Full stop. The nuclei are somewhat elongated full stop. Nuclei lie near the near the base of cell. Nuclei lie near the base of cell. Nuclei lie near the base of cell. Full stop. Certain cells contain mucus. Certain cells contain mucus are called goblet cells. Certain cells contain mucus are called goblet cells. Full stop. Some cells have microvilli. Some cells have microvilli at pre-end. They are called absorptive cell. They are called absorptive cell. Full stop. They are found in stomach. They are found in stomach, intestine, gallbladder, bile duct, gallbladder, bile duct, gastric gland, intestinal gland, etc. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Yasir, is it clear? Okay, great to know that. So I think clear to everyone. Okay. Now I have already told you that there are two more kinds, ciliated and glandular cells. You know, sometimes columnar cells or cuboidal cells, they develop cilia, right? This hair-like structure called cilia, right? And when they develop seeds here, they are called ciliated columnar epithelium or ciliated cuboidal epithelium. You can see it. Look, columnar or cuboidal epithelium, right? So their function, they maintain the flow of liquid, nuclei, and suspended particle. And there are some glandular cells, right? Again, ciliated or columnar cell. When these ciliated or columnar cell, they start secreting something, hormone, enzyme. So they are called glandular cells or glandular epithelium. Is it clear? Is it clear? So please note down some extra point. Put the heading, some extra point. Put the heading, ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium. If columnar or cuboidal cells, if columnar or cuboidal cells develop hair-like structure, columnar or cuboidal cell develop hair-like structure at the hair-like structure at the free surface, at the free surface. They are called ciliated epithelial cell. Full stop. Next one. Their function is rhythmic motion. Their function is rhythmic motion and transport material. That's it, because that is not in your NCERT. Next, glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. If columnar or cuboidal cell, if columnar or cuboidal cell start, if columnar or cuboidal cell start columnar or cuboidal cell start secreting hormone, enzyme, enzyme, or excretory product, hormone, enzyme, or excretory product. That is, they are a part of a gland. That is, they are a part of a gland called glandular epithelium cell. Called glandular epithelium cell. Clear? Martin, Yasir, Alia, and Elam. So go through with the epithelium
Yes,
cell. Epithelial cell. Go through with complete epithelial cell. If you have any doubt, please ask me right now. Then we will go ahead. Done? Clear to all of you? Should we go ahead?
yes,
Okay. So let's go ahead. So next type of the tissue, that is the what one? Connective. So fine. We are following the sequence of NCRT. In NCRT, there is a connective. This is uh, just a minute. Give me one second. Yes. This is a bit complex diagram. Uh, it's a lengthy classification. So we have not to draw this one. Okay. We have not to take. Right, this one. And that's it. Look, connective tissue have been divided into three categories, right? So what are those three categories? So first, this is a loose connective tissue. Means this is the connective tissue where there is a gap between the tissue. Means there is a space between the tissue. That's why we call them loose connective tissue. Then after the loose connective tissue, there is a dense connective tissue. Means their density will be more. Means there will not be any gap between the tissues, right? So they are called uh, dense connective tissue. Fine. And right. Then dense connective tissue. So their density will be more. That's why they are called dense connective. After dense connective tissue, there is a specialized connective tissue. They have some special function. That's why we call them specialized, right? Uh, Connective tissues are the most abundant, most widely distributed, and form from mesoderm, right? So every animal embryo, like human, is triploblastic, means it is made up of ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, right? So basically, these connective tissue are formed from mesoderm, right? Loose connective tissues of two types: areolar and adipose. Areolar tissues, they are like a sponge, right? They protect our body. Then adipose tissue, we have already discussed that their function is to store the fat, right? Dense connective tissue, their density is more, so they are dense regular and dense irregular. So we'll study what are the dense regular and dense irregular. In dense regular, there are regular these regular kind of the fiber, right? There are regular pattern. In dense irregular, there is a the pattern of the fiber is irregular, right? That is not fixed. Then specialized tissues, they are skeletal tissues and vascular tissues. Skeletal tissues means bones and cartilage, and vascular tissues, blood and lymph. That we have already discussed. Fine. Is that clear? So you have to note till here only, right? Please note down this one quickly. You have to write down till here, right? Cartilage and bones. Do not go further the cartilage and bones below the classification of cartilage and bones, right? Blood, lymph, right? White elastic fiber, yellow elastic fiber. That's it. Not below that. Done? Noted down?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Martin, you have noted down?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine. So in next class, you have to remind me that we have to start from connective tissue. First, we will study the composition of connective tissue. That is very important. Connective tissue is the most complex part of this complete animal tissue. Rest of the things are okay, right? And one more important thing in this tissue system, there are certain animals, right? The animals which have been mentioned, that there is a earthworm, there is a cockroach, and there is a this one rabbit, frog, right? So sometime, like most of the time, this is out of syllabus, right? It is not a part of syllabus. Most of the school delete this part. Even medical examination delete this part. Frog do not come over there. Uh, uh, this earthworm do not come over there, and cockroach even do not. Cockroach is a part of that. So you have to tell me in the next class that is it a part of your school examination or not, right? That you have to tell me. Fine.